Welcome back everyone, I hope you're all doing really well. Welcome to my channel if you are new. My name is Hannah, also known as Tropical Plant Addict, and today I wanted to talk to you about Marimo moss balls. You may have noticed my Marimo moss balls in my most recent houseplant tour video, my Halloween tour, which I'll link below for you. So I just wanted to give you some information about them and some care tips. These moss balls would make an ideal gift for any houseplant lover. They're kind of quirky and unique and easy to care for. Christmas is around the corner, so a little gift idea for you. One of my friends actually gifted me the moss balls, which was so nice of her. She came round and she had the little jar, the moss balls, the gravel, a little ornament, and even some dechlorinator for the water. Thank you so much, Jenny, it's such a kind gift. So Marimo moss balls are actually a form of algae that have gathered together to form this cute little fuzzy velvety ball, and they can be found in the lakes and rivers in Japan and Northern Europe. So apparently the population of the Marimo moss ball is actually declining and they're becoming rarer. And in my notepad here I wrote, according to research, the problem is excessive richness of nutrients in the water, which causes dense growth of plant life. And basically the process can cause depletion of oxygen in the water. So it's kind of wiping out the Marimo moss balls. Marimo moss balls are very common gifts in Japan, and they can actually live more than 100 years, which is crazy really when you think about it. So in Japan, they're actually given as heirlooms. So the parents will gift the moss balls to their children, and then the children will pass them down to their grandchildren, which I think is such an awesome idea. In Japanese, mari means ball and mo translates to algae. Marimo moss balls are also known to bring love and good luck to your life, which is really nice. In regards to light, basically the moss balls in the wild, they're at the bottom of lakes and rivers, so they're not really getting a lot of light. So when you're keeping them in say a glass jar or a little tank or something, you need to keep them well away from direct sunlight, and the best lighting conditions for them are a low indirect light. You may be able to get away with a medium indirect light to see how they get along. The moss balls can also thrive in artificial light as long as it's not too bright, and they act as a natural filter, so they absorb nitrates from water, which means they're quite a good addition to an aquarium, a freshwater aquarium, not saltwater. They're also a non-invasive type of algae, so you don't have to worry about them kind of going crazy in your fish tank and spreading or anything like that. They just kind of stay in their little balls. One thing you have to watch out for though is some types of fish, especially like goldfish and plex, like to kind of pick at them. So just keep an eye on your moss ball if you are adding it to an aquarium, because your fish may eat it. Also, one other thing to watch out for is that the moss balls prefer cold water. So if you're putting them in a heated aquarium, I think the temperature needs to be below 25 degrees Celsius. I was thinking about adding 1 or 2 moss balls to my biOrb aquarium. If any of you guys have a heated biOrb aquarium, let me know if you keep moss balls in them and if they are thriving or not, because I'm quite interested in adding some to mine. I have heard that if you are keeping the moss balls in a heated aquarium, to keep them happy, every now and again you can take them out and pop them in the fridge in some water overnight, and that'll just kind of bring them back to life. If they are looking a little bit sad, it'll green them up again. That's what I heard anyway. In regards to cleaning your moss balls, if you're keeping them in like a glass bowl, you'll need to be changing the water around once a week. And I'm gonna attach some footage of me cleaning them out so you can see how I do it. So when you're changing the water, take your moss balls out and give them a little squeeze just to remove any dirt that may be inside them. And then you can kind of roll them in your palms to kind of keep their round shape. Because if they've been sat at the bottom of the tank or bowl or whatever you're keeping them in, basically the bottom part will kind of start flattening off. So you need to kind of keep them moving either in the bowl by kind of swirling the water around, because in the wild they're kind of tumbling around the bottom of lakes and rivers, so that's what kind of keeps their shape. But obviously if they're just sat in like a bowl, they're not really moving. So either swirl the water around so they're kind of tumbling around in the bowl, or when you change the water, just give them a little shape gently with your hands just to keep the round shape. If you are using tap water in your bowl to help remove any chemicals, you can just sit the water overnight for 24 hours. You can use kind of filtered water. Alternatively, you can get some dechlorinator, which is the same stuff that you add into fish tanks. You can also add a tiny bit of aquarium salt into the, I was going to say enclosure, the bowl or wherever you're keeping them, just to keep them happy. Oh yes, one thing to note as well is when you pop them back in the water after you've changed it, you may find that they will float, and the only reason for this is because they may be filled with a bit of air, and once they've filled back up with water, they'll just sink to the bottom again. But I've also heard that they can float sometimes randomly when they're photosynthesizing, so that's quite interesting. I haven't seen any of mine kind of randomly floating, but they do normally float when I kind of pop them back in, and then they'll gradually just sink. Next on my list is moss ball problems, and I'm going to grab my notepad for this because I'll probably forget what I'm saying. So browning indicates too little light or the water temperature is too high. So if you've got your moss balls, say maybe on a shelf above a radiator or something like that, you may find like the water's heating up a bit too much, so you might have to move them somewhere a bit cooler. Again, you don't want to be putting them in direct sunlight because that will heat the water up, and they don't like bright light anyway, so you'll need to move them. Or sometimes they'll go brown just because simply they need cleaning, so all you have to do is take them out and just give them a squeeze. And also the part that sits on the bottom tends to go a little bit brown, so that's another reason to keep them kind of moving around the bowl. So turning white means too much light. So I've got here, move to a darker area, and if they are slimy, this could indicate a hostile type of algae that's growing on the outside of them. If this happens, just gently try and wash it off and just give them a little squeeze and just put them back in the water. So if your moss ball is kind of turning black or falling apart, kind of decaying, then it could be rotting from the inside out. So all you need to do with a decaying moss ball is to remove the rotten parts and kind of pull the green parts out and re-roll them into like new little moss balls. Propagating Marimo moss balls is really simple. All you have to do is take them out of the water, give them a squeeze to remove the water, kind of chop them into sections and gently roll each section into a brand new ball basically. And to keep the ball shape, you can tie them with a little bit of cotton or string. Pop them back in the water. After 1 to 2 weeks, you can remove the cotton or the string, and then eventually they'll start forming more of a round shape, but this could take some time. The growth rate of a moss ball is very slow, around 5 millimeters per year, but they can, over time, grow up to about 30 centimeters, which is a pretty hefty size. I don't think you'd be wanting that in a bowl in your house, really. But then if it did get humongous, you can just propagate it and split it into lots of small moss balls. So you can pick up the Marimo moss balls from most kind of aquatic stores, and loads of places online sell them. I had a look on Amazon and I have added some to my Amazon shop, which I'll link below for you. There was 10 mini balls or 1 large ball. I really hope you enjoyed my video on the moss balls. I hope I haven't missed anything out. Don't think I have. I think they're a really nice addition to any houseplant collection, and one of the great things about them is they don't need bright light, so you can have them pretty much anywhere in your home. I love how you can decorate the bowls or tanks with really cute decor. My friend got me a little skull to go in mine, which is adorable. Let me know if you've got any moss balls in your collection and what you think of them. If you've got any other care tips. I'm really sorry if I've missed anything out. If you've got any questions, just leave them in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you all soon. Take care, everyone. Bye.